Well, hello, friends and neighbors. I am in the pickup line at grocery pickup, so you'll have to excuse the engine noise and whatever else happens in this crazy Walmart parking lot. But I have to vlog in the gaps. If it's going to happen, I'm a busy mom. That's just how it's going to be. So I wanted to do a quick recap or update as far as how my writing is going. This morning was the first day I actually got to it feels like the first day I got into my draft for the first time in a little while with the holidays and this weird phone update that I had where my alarm was not going off in the morning. So, as someone who wakes up early to write, that's like my main writing time. That's kind of an important part of it. So, it's been nice to sleep in a little bit and have that extra rest too. So I haven't beat myself up about it, but I did figure out what happened or how to reset it with this new update. So that has been ironed out and I am ready to make some monumental progress here on my draft. As of yesterday, I was about 67,000 words into this draft. This is my second draft of this novel. It's an upmarket contemporary women's fiction novel. And yeah, I've got about 40,000 words more to go about. I know it's long. I don't have much to say about that right now. I think I will have to address that maybe in my next draft. But for now, I am going with it. I'm going to let it be what it needs to be for this draft. Obviously, I'm guessing it's going to be 110, 120,000 words when it's all said and done, but we'll have to see. But yeah, so I've been kind of stuck on this scene for a while. It seems like my process through this version has been 6 to 8 scenes of pretty easy flow. Even when there's changes that I have to make, they go pretty quickly and smoothly, and then I'll hit kind of a roadblock and I'll be kind of stuck there for a few days, not even trying new things really, but just auditioning them in my brain and not necessarily getting anything onto the page much, tweaking sentences and, unproductive work basically until I hit the breakthrough. And that happened to me this morning. I kind of thought of it last night as I was getting ready for bed. I was like, well, in a nutshell, basically I was trying to force in the first draft. I had it in a different location. I've now switched some events around, or when certain things happen, the events. And so there was a different emotional layer kind of playing into it, to the point where it's well, why would she kind of volunteer to go to this place where she knows she's going to have to confront these things that she's avoiding? It didn't really make sense anymore. So then I was like, okay, well, how am I going to make this work then? Because I do think this is a pivotal scene. There's this big bickering session at the end that feels necessary at the moment. I think after I finish this full draft, my plan is to go through and do a full read through of the whole thing, taking notes and getting really into the reader's mindset and kind of just pretend I've never read it before and see what's sticking out as oh wow, you're getting way too overindulgent in this this kind of description of whatever the hell this is. I feel like I'm going to be probably saying that a lot. I do tend to be a descriptive writer, purple prosy sort of a writer. That's the kind of writing that I love. I'm not going to apologize for it, but I could probably tighten up quite a bit in places. So that'll be in my next draft. But yeah, I'm feeling good today. Progress is being made, and I'm going to be back at it again tomorrow. So I'll check in again with you soon. Good morning. It is January 3rd. And it is 4:54 in the morning, and I am ready to get some words in. So let's get to it. journal. I wrote for probably about 40 minutes and got about 600 words, almost 700 words. And I feel like I am getting more to the meat of this scene, which feels good. I'm gonna have to completely cut, and rearrange what I've got so far. I've got like almost 4,000 words in this chapter document that I've just like kind of just been reiterating different versions of what's happening, trying to get at the right answer, right? And it's been tough in this scene. It's a pivotal scene. I'm getting now past the midpoint to where things are kind of culminating into these big emotional moments. And not that the whole thing isn't quite emotional. I'm writing quite an emotional book. But yeah, I need to get it right. And I feel like I haven't quite gotten the heart of it, but I am getting very much closer. I made some good progress towards that today. I feel like it wasn't just complete junk words that I'm going to have to reiterate again. Some of this I'm going to be able to reuse, or at least rephrase in a better way that's still the same, if you know what I mean. Like, it's not a completely off base chunk of words that I wrote today. Anyway, I'll check in with you guys again soon. Hey there. So it's a little bit later. I'm a little bit more put together. I just got out of the shower, and I was able to find some more time for writing while the baby was napping. My husband took the big boys out on an adventure, so I had a few minutes to write, and I decided it was time to start a brand new document for this chapter. Basically, I was explaining this morning how I kind of iterated a few times of different parts of it, or like tweaking what exactly I wanted the characters to be saying. It's, like I said, kind of an important, like, emotional, pivotal scene where the stakes play out for scenes like cascade after this for a while, and even into sequel books. So it's kind of like what the choices I'm making now are going to ripple outwards for a while. So I need to be mindful of that as I'm doing this. And yeah, so basically I started over with the strong beginning that I liked, and am now just writing it basically from scratch in my usual, it feels more like my usual style, with a better idea, a better understanding of what all needs to happen in this scene, and more like the mechanics of actually how everything works. So it feels better. I'm feeling in a better place. I probably still have a few more days of work on this stinking chapter, but that's okay. I'm not sure if I explained it before, but my plan is to have this second draft done of my book by the end of February. So I've got 2 months here to make that happen. And I don't know, it feels like it's going to be tight. It's either going to be easy to hit or like very stressful. One or the other. And I'm thinking it's probably going to be the other one. I'm not going to make it, like, I'm not going to put the pressure on myself. I don't actually have any deadlines. I want to be making forward progress, right? It's important to me to be doing that. And of course that is me sitting down in my chair every day and working on this book. But it doesn't feel that much progress, especially on an editing draft, because it's hard to measure in word count. If you guys have any tips on how to like measure your progress on a second draft or like subsequent drafts, how do you do it? Like, do you just do it a scene at a time? Because sometimes I'm on a scene for like a week, and that doesn't feel like every day. I'm just like, oh, here I am working on the exact same thing. I don't know. It doesn't have that first draft energy where you can be like, I wrote 100 words, and that's 100 words that didn't exist before. Now it's like, well, I tweaked through a couple of things and now it's better, but I don't know. It doesn't have the same energy. And I kind of like that forward momentum of constantly moving forward in a first draft. My hands are kind of shaky. I apologize. I should get something to hold this thing. But yeah, that's the plan. And I'm just going to plug away at it every day. I try to write 5 days a week. I have 2 days in office, so those days are really, really packed and hard for me to like actually get substantial work done on like actual draft words. Maybe I can like edit over some things, revise some things, little things, but yeah, basically 5 days a week is the pace that I'm writing at for about an hour, hour and a half on a good day. And yeah, sometimes extra on weekends like today. So that's what I'll be working on the next 2 months. Let me know what you're working on in the comments. And yeah, stick around if you're looking for some more real life writer content, because this is as real as it gets. So thanks for sticking around. I'd appreciate it if you like this video. If you're still here, you must like it. And yeah, subscribe if you want to see more. And I'll see you again next time. Ciao.